I'm Terry with Girl Scouts of Kentucky's Wilderness Road Council, and today I want to talk to you about community and community service. There's three types of community. We have our urban, suburban, and rural community, but also when I looked up the definition of community, I also found some other things that I'd like to share with you. A community can be a group of interest, a community of people who share the same interest or passion. Action, it can be a community of people trying to bring about change. It can be a place, a community of people brought together by geographic boundaries, or it can be a practice. It's a community of people in the same profession or undertake the same activities. Well, in Girl Scouts, you know that we talk a lot about community and community service and how that we can help make a difference in our community. You know, if we look at our law, it has words like friendly and helpful. It has uses our resources wisely, make the world a better place. So by looking at community service, we can incorporate all these into community service. Now, I know that you hear the words take action a lot, and I'm going to talk a little bit about two different kinds of community service, or to do a take action project, which can go for your Older Girl Awards. So community service is just something that you have a feeling you want to help the community do, like maybe do your animal shelter, collect supplies for an animal shelter. But then a take action project would be something about a need or an issue and the root cause. You know, why does maybe the animal shelter need food on a regular basis? Why are they running out of food? And so that's something that could be ongoing. So we're going to look at some different things today about community service projects first, and see if you think about ways that you can turn them into a take action project. But a community service project, you need to identify the needs. For instance, if you do the animal shelter and you want to collect food, but they have tons of food available, then that's not really a need that they have. But they may have a need for blankets or cleaning supplies. So you want to identify the need. Call the organization that you want to work with. Find out what their need is. You can call your local governments. You know, is there a need that they know of in the community? You can also visit Rotary clubs or Kiwanis clubs, see what their needs are. Sometimes it's eyeglass drives, different things like that they need. So we always want to remember that when we're doing something is to kind of reach out to the organization. You know, introduce yourself and say, you know, I have an interest in animals, I love animals, and I just feel like I want to do something to help animals. So what can I do? And ask what you can do. It's as simple as that. And so my friend works at an animal shelter, and she can tell you lots of things that they need or can use. So we're going to talk a little bit about some other community service projects. What about things for a nursing home or a senior living facility? You know, right now we're undergoing COVID, and we have a lot of restrictions right now about visitation or whatever. But what about doing a little tray card? You know, what about doing something that you could just fold, a little card that you could fold maybe in half like this and decorate? And for older girls, you could use your scrapbook paper. For younger girls, you could do crayons. You could do this with thinking of you, hope you're having a great day, and then decorate it. And use these as tray cards that the staff puts out on the trays when they serve the residents. What about making handmade cards? And so you can drop these off to your local facilities, and right now they're putting these like in like a little quarantine for 24 hours, and then they're able to use them. So contact that local senior living facility in your area and see how you can help that way. Also about door decor in your senior living facilities, you know, maybe be able to make some kind of little door hanger or something to hang on the doors. And don't forget the ones who are taking care of the senior citizens. You know, remember those nurses, remember those aides, remember those therapy teams that are taking care, and maybe do something really nice for them. So, you know, maybe make a little game or just something that would help them to realize that, you know, in this time of difficulties, that there are people still thinking of them. So, when you think about our animal shelters, our homeless shelters, there's cancer care facilities. I have a favorite story I like to tell, and it was one where my mother was undergoing cancer treatment, and a county next to us, the Girl Scouts had made cancer care bags. And so I come home one day from work, and my mom said, "Look what I got." And it was a bag, and it had like a lip balm, it had a puzzle book, an ink pen, things that are easily accessible through the Dollar Trees that don't cost much. And so that's a really good project. Homeless care packages or the socks, just get a pair of socks and put different things down in those socks for the homeless. So there's lots and lots of things we can do for community service. So the few things I do want you to remember with community service, COVID has changed some things for us. So you always need to contact the organization that you're interested in, see what their need is, and see how you can participate. Also, if you do decide to do like a food drive or a drive for chapsticks, puzzle books, make sure you're safe. Make sure you're following the 6-foot social distancing, the hand washing, the gloves, the mask. Make sure you're safe. And, enlist adult volunteers to help. Adult volunteers. Have a drop-off place. Always have an adult with you if you have a drop-off place. Advertise by social media, that you're having this drive to maybe collect dog food, or maybe to collect puzzle books, or maybe to collect Kleenexes and lip balm, and just have a designated drop-off space. Maybe you know somebody in your community that runs a restaurant that you could just drop them off there, or they have a facility, you have somebody in a business that wouldn't mind them being the pickup place or the drop-off place for you. But be sure to follow safety guidelines, and also be sure to have an adult with you present at all times. And older girls, there's lots of things that you can do that can add to this. That maybe, you think, oh, I can do this, I can make those cards, but what else could I do? Always question, what else could I do as an older girl? How can I turn that into a take action project to earn my awards? And one way of doing that is a take action is something that is sustainable. So by that, it means that you do the project, but it's going to last. So with your sustainable project, find out the root cause. Why is there a need? Call that local government official. Why is there a need in our county for this? Find out what the need is. Maybe it's signage at a park. Maybe it's just, maybe simple things that they need, and find out what the need is and how you can take that into a long-term goal. I know we've had sustainable projects with girls that have gotten a piece of land donated to raise a garden, like at a homeless shelter. So that's a take action project. That's something that's sustainable, that's going to be from year to year to year. So also find out, like I said, the root cause. Why is there a shortage, or why is there a need? For instance, in a homeless shelter, a garden that could provide fresh fruits and vegetables for residents. So find out why that need is there, and find out that root cause. Find out what a need is in your community. You can do this by looking at your newspapers, get on social media. Again, use social media guidelines and safety at all times. Call your local governments. They may be able to help you explain who you are. I know our police station here accepts clean little stuffed animals that when they go out to a wreck or something that a child may be involved in, or something that the child may be scared, that they can give it a stuffed animal or a coloring book and crayons. So just think of all different things. Think of things you like. Do you like coloring books and crayons? That may be something that you want to do a community service project for, to collect coloring books and crayons, to maybe give to a homeless shelter, or to maybe to give to a daycare, just to say, hey, and put a little note with it, like welcome to daycare. So there's lots of things that we can think of that we can add to and make it into a take action project. So, there's lots of things one of my favorite, and we talk about respect and kindness and respect and authority and friendly and helpful. And I know a couple of years ago this was really, really all the rage, and it was kindness rocks. And I remember my first rock I found, and I was so excited. Well, what better time than now to do a kindness rock? To take your rocks, paint them. You can paint them like bugs, you can paint them like little houses, however you want to paint that rock. And then put like kind words of affirmation on there. And so you can go to Pinterest, there's all kinds of lists, and that'll be linked to this video, that you can see some kindness words, some kindness phrases. So be sure and look at things like that. So think outside of the box. Think about what you like to do and go from there. And you know what? When you do your project, be sure and tag us in it at hashtag Kentucky Girl Scouts at Home, because we would love to see it. It's hashtag KY Girl Scouts at Home. We would love to see your community project. We can't wait to see you out in the communities at a safe distance, doing things, collecting things, and let us know about your community. You may find out some interesting things about your community that you didn't know before. Maybe there's some needs that you've never thought about. You may meet some new people in government or police stations that you've never met before, that you can get involved and make a difference with them. So be sure and look not only at the project that you can do, but about the root cause of the project, and see if there's something that you can do about that, what the overall big picture is. And so, like I said, your community needs you. You're a part of your community, whether your community is small or whether your community is large. And I talked about 3 different types of community at first: your urban community, your cities, your suburban communities, like outside of your city but still heavily populated, or your rural community. I live in a rural community, and so I live out in the country. And there's lots of service projects that I can think of right offhand that I could do. You know, I have neighbors who have health issues. I have neighbors who would welcome maybe just a thinking of you bag. I have neighbors that could, use all kinds of assistance, maybe even with gardening or helping with the yard. So think about your community. Think about your community. Ask what the need or the issue is, and find out what that need is. Identify that need, and then go out there and make a difference. Go out there and make a difference, okay? So, like I said, share your ideas or your projects with us at hashtag KY Girl Scouts at Home. We'd love to hear from you, okay? And you have a good day and make a difference, okay? Bye.